Who is Jonny Stone? Jonny Stone is a vibe. Jonny Stone is a vibe. I do a lot of things. Most people will call me an events MC. I host events, and I'm also involved in radio, so I'm a radio presenter. I'm also involved in creating events as well. I'm an influencer. Anything events basically. I'm the guy, I think. I found myself in this by mistake because a few years ago, maybe 5, 6 years ago, I was going through a period where I left a good job and I didn't have a backup plan. And on the weekend, I found myself, or even in the evenings, I found myself going to Champs, just like, because I like the place. I used to work there. My friends used to go there. So whenever I go there, opportunities come up where you meet different people. One day, they said to me, Jonny, can you host the quiz night? I was like, I've never done this before, but I'll try. I've seen how they do it, so I'll try. So I hosted it, and I always say this, the first time I did it was crap. I thought that anyway. I thought it was really crap. But the guy that actually gave me the opportunity was like, oh, try again. Like, you're not bad. You can keep going. So that became a weekly thing. After that, too, karaoke was added because the guy doing it, I think he was unwell. Yeah, he was sick. And I covered for him, and I covered kind of well. So that's where it started. Then after that, they actually employed me full-time to do events for them. Then after that, I just kind of, resigned from bits of the job I was doing, started going elsewhere, spreading my wings. And that's where I am today. Right. What makes a good MC? First of all, to understand your atmosphere, your surroundings. The crowd is the most important thing. So if you understand the crowd and how they feel, then it makes your job easier. So I think that would be the most important thing. Sometimes you have personalities, you see that, oh yeah, this guy is on the show tonight, he's like really good. He's only as good as his crowd as well. Because the crowd doesn't react to you, no matter who you are, then you look stupid. So yeah, you understand your atmosphere, you understand your crowd. Yeah, when it comes to events and event hosting, people feel the event should go a certain way. We hope the event should go a certain way. In fact, I have a problem with a lot of event organizers. They have an idea in their head. And in their head, the idea always looks perfect. Like, okay, let's do this event. It's going to go this way. 100% of the time, never goes that way. Never. But a lot of people believe in themselves. It's always good to believe in yourself, but be realistic. If you don't put planning into how you think it's going to go, it will not even get anywhere near that. So I wish I knew a long time ago when working with certain people that just because they have a good idea doesn't mean they can execute that idea well enough. So planning and execution is very key. Every gig you do, every event is practice. You can always learn something different. Nothing is the same. So I've been blessed to have weekly gigs. I lock myself down. People don't usually notice this, but I lock myself down that I'm always doing my own gigs. It's like I'm independent. It's like an art's being independent. You wouldn't really see me on so many different gigs. I'm on my weekly gigs. That's my bread and butter for me. So I get approached once in a while to do other events. These are keys I'm about to release. So because I'm locked myself down on my events, I know what I'm getting on a daily basis, and I don't need to do other events. It helps me career-wise to get to different levels, but when you come to approach me, my minimum of what I'll take for an event is quite good because I get paid by big establishments. You get it? So you come with good money and we can talk. I let people know I'm already busy. That also brings my price up. And because of that, I pick and choose what event I want on the basis of would it financially help me? Fine, it financially helps me, but does it look good for me? As in, if it's a big event, I'll do it. If it's a private event, I'll also do it. If it's not me trying to bring my crowd, a number of people look at me and say, oh, Jonny knows so many people. When I send out a broadcast, it reaches a lot of people. When I send out my posts on IG and on Twitter, it gains traction. And people look at me like, if we invite Jonny, get crowd. Event organizers do this. They don't think we know this thing. But yeah, it's also a compliment. But what they think is, if we invite him, he's going to bring in a certain number. One thing I cannot control is who will come to an event. I can promote an event, whether you come or not, I have no control over that. You can tell me you're coming. If you don't come, so I don't like to have that responsibility on my shoulder unless I'm involved in the event, or it's a concept I'm in love with, or the people involved are serious event organizers. So it depends, yeah. We don't just pick any event. We strategically pick events. And you have friends that do events as well. And I can say no to a friend. I can support my friend and promote it, but I will not go all out, not for my friend, because it's business at the end of the day. If it's me coming through and repping for you, I'll do that for you. But I don't have to put my neck on the line just because you've had an idea and you think it will do well. It's my business at the end of the day as well. I'm not going to go to your office and ask for your services because we are friends. If you have a cup of water, I'll ask you to pour some of your water. I will not ask you to pour the whole cup of water and you go thirsty. That's it. First off, everybody's an influencer. Every single person, right? Me choosing to call myself an influencer, the reason I call myself an influencer is based on the platforms I have. So the platforms I have on my events I host each week, and also my social media platform and the friends I have. When I say I'm an influencer, it doesn't mean I'm going to say to you, listen, there's a product, buy it, take it, or, get involved with it or come to my events. Me being an influencer is, people are always watching what I do, yeah? And if I get a number of people watching me, it means if I start waving around and a certain product in my hand, you're going to know about the product. You don't have to use the product. You don't have to like the product. You don't have to buy the product. You've seen the product. And that's influence. If I tell you that Shatawali was in his studio drinking a Storm Energy drink, I've never drank Storm Energy drink. I've never thought of drinking Storm Energy drink. Probably tastes like crap, but I've seen Shatawali holding it, using it. That's influence. Jay-Z mentioning a brand, an artist that I've never heard of, and I go and check out his stuff. That's influence. So when I call myself an influencer, I have platforms that I've worked for, I have platforms that I've built up, and if I decide to wave a certain alcoholic brand in front of you, that, my friend, is me being an influencer. You have different types of crowds. My friends, if they see a certain person on Instagram, like these Instagram models who are influencers, and they have their fit tee or flat tummy tee, whatever it is, my friends will look at that and say, am I supposed to like it now because this pretty girl showing it on Instagram? At the same time, they have a market that they're reaching to. It's like the masses. Sometimes Shatawali does something or sings a song, you're like, what foolishness is this? But he has his market. If I was to influence my friends, how do I influence my friends? I influence it without them knowing. Without them knowing is, a company will approach me, Jonny, here's this brand, start using it, talking about it, dropping it around wherever on your social media. My friends have started eating what I eat, drinking what I drink, wearing what I wear, without even me telling them to do this thing. And now a company is putting some 5K in my hand or some 10K in my hand based on it's spreading. And a lot of people do that. The smart companies do it that way. They get the influencers who have a lot of friends, who have platforms, and they don't tell them to advertise it, but they just use the product with visibility. when you watch these big blockbuster films, they always have products in their films. You don't have the product saying, yes, guys, buy this, by the way, yes, as we're filming this, buy this product. No, it's product placement, right? That's it. One day, Quincy Arthur might be approached by some cream company because he always takes off his top. You might see the cream in the back of his music video or something. You don't know. Or Sark might be approached by somebody to some glasses, specs. Charlie, the glasses that Sark's wearing, I like them, Charlie. Yeah. Influence is not just, guys, buy my tea, buy my drink, buy this. Truthfully, if I see people doing that, I don't want to buy it. It makes me not want to buy it, but at least I've seen it and it's in my head. I've had to deal with a lot of different people when it comes to the industry. A lot of people are really cool. Most people are really pleasant to deal with. You don't really get people that are rude, although you come across them, mainly up-and-coming artists. The key word they use is branding. They feel they have to act a certain way to get certain respect. Never that. Be nice to people, respect people. You get those people who are also been there for a long time and they feel like, we're a catch. Nobody can tell me shit. And the way they do their things is they don't have time for you. So I try and stay away from these people. I try and just be nice to people, do my thing. The politics that come about are when you have shows and someone with a reputation is on a platform and they feel they get disrespected. Maybe sound goes down. I made mention of Charlie Watty like this. That is probably one event where there's a massive crowd. I've been there when music has gone off and I'm doing my set, or your set has to be closed early because people feel that, the next artist should come. Someone will talk, sabotage. I used to think that, sometimes it's just electrical issues or set or technical difficulties. A lot of the time, people are out to sabotage you, so stay woke. Yeah, it's not nice to hear. And sometimes people feel they're being sabotaged when they're not, but I've heard people actually sabotage, and I'm like, wow. Just them turning off the mic, pulling out the cable, something happening. But it's not often. There's a lot of technical difficulties. But at the same time too, you can't, if I'm an artist or I'm on stage, you can't stop me. If you turn off my music or whatever, I will improvise. If you're an artist, the show must go on. So whether people try and sabotage you, it's about your attitude. You can turn around and be a diva and say, what is you people doing? Are you trying to sabotage me? You make yourself look stupid because maybe it is a technical difficulty and you are insecure. You continue. So R2B's had that song, Life. Make you not watch nobody. Charlie, do your thing. Carry on. Afterwards, address it if you feel your energy is worth it, but do you. No one can stop what you are doing. That's it. One thing I would say is, it's all about your mindset. I like to try and be as positive as possible. Yes? So I look at it like this. You have something I want. I have something you want. For this thing to happen, we both need to cooperate and work together. You may not see it as a transaction, but it is what it is. It's a transaction. It's not being fake. It's not being, like trying to plot or something. You have something each other want. Yeah, you want. It's a transaction. When I get into a taxi, when I negotiate with the taxi driver, I want to sit in his car to go somewhere. He wants my money. If I go up to him and say, Charlie, open your car. Let me see in your car. How will he react? He'll say either he'll charge me high or he'll say he doesn't want me to do that. It's the same with the industry and meeting people. At the same time too, when I sit in his car, he's going to ask me, are you okay? Is the AC good? Why? Because he wants me to pay him good money, right? Same with you putting music on radio. Yes, when it comes to some stations, a lot of the commercial stations, I'm now coming to learn that when you're on radio, you have to hype a song. One of the big rules of radio is never make anyone look stupid on radio. You get it? Especially listeners when they call in and they have funny accents or they say something funny or they don't talk sense. Don't belittle people. So it's the same when it's the same thing when you're doing business with someone. We're all in our corner doing our own thing, and everyone can give you something, and you can give everyone something. So we're adults. I've worked with a lot of people, and I can't stand them. I cannot stand a lot of people. But at the same time, it's not me being fake. I'm not kissing their ass. It's a business. I want to buy something from you. Me buying something from you is me buying a platform from you, me buying information from you, me buying time from you. And in me giving time, I'm also giving you my voice, or like I'm hosting for you or something. It's a transaction. And I think people think too deep with their own insecurities. And being on radio, this is the thing. When you're on radio, you're working for someone's company. People forget this is someone's company. So they have a way of you acting on radio. If, for instance, I have my own podcast. I have recently started my own podcast. I can talk whatever shit I want to talk. Whatever I can't say on radio, I can say on my podcast. If I think your song is trash, say your song is trash. But I'm not a petty guy. I can't be very petty, but I'm not a petty guy. So I will give you constructive criticism and say, oh, I don't like the song, but you can work on it, you can do this, and it'll be nice. Yeah, so it's about your mental state. I'm a positive person, therefore I give positive input as much as possible. Someone might say it's being fake. Some people say I'm too real for this shit. Be real, be there in your corner and be like that. You get people who gravitate towards you for being real. I will gravitate towards you for being real. Some people may say, oh, you're negative. It's about your own mind. I love working with people. I find it difficult sitting in an office doing a 9 to 5. I've done that before and I did it for 2 years, it wasn't nice. I'm a people's person, I love people, meeting with people. The worst thing about it is, it's draining, it's flipping draining. I meet so many people in a week and not many people understand this, but it's physically and mentally draining seeing so many people in a week, having conversations. People tell me things, I forget because I meet so many people, so many faces to remember. It's draining, but I love working with people, meeting people. It's one of the most fun things you can do. I learn something from every single person I meet. I keep saying this, I learned something. So it's nice. I'm a people's person. I got into this by chance, this emceeing, hosting events. I got into it by chance. I didn't grow up and say, I want to be an MC or a presenter or a host. And the first thing I said when this interview started is Jonny Stone is a vibe. So I don't want to limit myself to anything. In 10 years' time, I would like to have my own company, like nurturing talent on people, whatever, if it's music, if it's then being an events host, if it's consulting different companies. I want to have my own company under my name. And also, I want to branch into a lot of things. I love music. Doesn't mean I'm going to sing, but I would love to get involved with music in some way or some form. I love the arts. Anything arts, I love it. I love sports. I love pop culture. I love conversations. I love being on stage. I love being in front of the camera. Possibilities are endless.
Easy. How to beat? It's Mr. W. It's Mr. W.